everyone, welcome. Of course, we are Devious Entertainment, and today we are actually bringing you our very first movie review of Star Wars: The Last Jedi. And of course, we have myself, Pro Mommy Gamer,
Relish and Jar,
Jedi Roxy, Paige is Falling,
Wonder Boy.
and today we are, of course, going to be doing this review. It will be extremely heavy in spoilers, so if you have not seen it, I highly recommend that you click off this video now until you go see it. Please do yourself a favor. It's phenomenal. Go see it. But still, last chance to click off. Alright, if you're still here, then obviously you've already seen it, and you want to hear what we have to say. So,
I don't like spoilers.
I mean, I would hope no one does, honestly. So, what do you guys think of it?
It was fantastic. And I'm surprised I only cried a little bit. And it
You had a
wasn't,
weird time.
I know, it wasn't when Leia was about to die. No, I didn't cry then. I cried when R2 replayed the, oh my gosh, when R2, when R2 replayed the message with
Oh,
That's
the
a cheap-
hologram?
yeah.
That's a cheap shot.
That was right to the heart.
Luke literally said that.
Yeah.
Right.
Even Luke said it.
I know. It's so true, though. I gotta admit, that was definitely one of the parts that just... Oh, it really got to me.
Yeah, little so crying, yeah.
Crying. So, definitely has a lot of feels. So much.
I mean, I missed all those feels. I didn't like, I was like, okay. Alright, really? Luke's touched by that? Okay, whatever, crybaby.
But that's what sparked him into this whole adventure to
Yeah,
begin
but I don't
with.
understand why that of all things sparked him. Like, I thought he'd have like a new video or something. Like,
But that
this
was...
is what's going on. Look, your sister's in distress again. This is a different distress hologram of your sister. But it was the old hologram. Not even addressed to Luke. Addressed to Obi-Wan. Love you, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
But that's like the first time he actually saw Leia ever.
Nostalgia.
That's true.
Yeah, there's that. I think that's kind of what sparked him, the fact that was the beginning of his story of saving the galaxy.
Maybe he could have done that and then gone into one of a recent one. Because it's like, alright, I get it, R2, but still don't really want to. Oh no, they're in trouble. Let me go rescue them.
R2's not going to have a slideshow like a PowerPoint presentation like, here is this one. Oh wait, but wait, there's more.
You gotta admit, though, it worked.
It did.
It
did.
It did work.
Of course it worked. It's a movie.
It's R2, he knows. He knows it would work.
Sure.
And it's a movie, so movie logic too. You know.
Yeah.
Oh man. Also, seriously, the humor was on point.
Oh my gosh,
Definitely at the right
yes.
point.
So many good, so many good
Hello?
moments.
Hello?
Hello?
I need to speak to General Hawks.
Am I still on hold?
Tall, pasty guy.
Leia has an urgent message. About your
Mom.
Spaceball reference.
Oh
Yes, exactly. Oh man, just so much of it, and also the little the porgs, the little pink
Okay, I
guys.
definitely thought that they were gonna be really annoying, but like when Chewie's there and he's
God.
like, and the one just like,
That
I was
was
like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. This is gonna be mine, right? I'm like,
Please, just make this little tiny
I'm
thing
still
happy.
really offended and hurt that he had one roasted.
That was great.
Like,
He had two! One on the fire.
One on the fire and then one in
I am really, really strongly offended by that.
That was great. That was the best part. The
Should
roasted
we-
ones were the best ones.
He just
Yeah.
wanted to eat. That's all it was.
I sat next to her in the theater and she's like waiting for one of them to get killed. Like,
When Chewbacca like fly swatted the one across the dashboard, I was like, yeah, like I cheered. I'm like, what?
when they were looking at the lightsabers too, she wanted the lightsaber to go off and shoot the one through.
And they were jumping around it like, oh, what's this? And the other one was like staring at the barrel of the lightsaber.
Yeah, he'd actually.
Yeah,
we thought the
we
same
said the
thing.
same thing. It's like,
Oh man, we would have seen a roasted porg a lot sooner. They were really,
but
really cute.
it kind of paid homage to the first thing that Luke did when he got a lightsaber. Like, look right down the barrel of it.
That is
It was
true.
like
That is
snuck
true.
in there.
Oh my
What's this button do?
Perfectly, yeah.
Oh man. Goodness. Also, the action was really. I personally really liked all the action in it.
Are you still giggling?
I was, may or may not have been looking down the barrel of a lightsaber.
Oh dear, please send help. We need help for this one.
Help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope.
Oh.
So that scene though, right before the wow, my brain, where Leia dies but doesn't die.
That
You mean in space?
The scene, oh yeah, the scene before where she cried.
Wait.
Yeah,
When
so
Leia
where
was-
she should have cried and didn't care
Oh.
at all.
Yeah, Leia was floating in space,
You know, like
almost dead.
Superman
Mhm.
should have died.
I mean, okay, so honestly, the blast probably should have killed her.
I mean, on one hand, I'm like, okay, well, that's a really cheap way for her to go. And on the other hand, I'm like, well, I guess she's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, but just saying, just because she was out in space doesn't mean that she just immediately dies.
That's how it happens
She,
in other movies.
what if she held her breath?
If you remember from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you can hold your breath with 5 seconds of oxygen before you die.
That was definitely longer than 5
Yeah,
seconds.
even for
Yes.
movie seconds. that
Okay, I
was
was
a
gonna
long time.
say movie seconds, movie logic. Say if somehow with the Force she
That
was
does
able to
not-
just like
no.
hold
Well,
her breath
no.
a little bit longer.
It doesn't even fit Star Wars logic.
Even then, like she had frost on her. She was already starting to snow capsule over, and then she's like, "Oh wait, no, I'm not. I can't. I'm not dead yet. Hold on, let me just."
Unless they're gonna cut open another creature and shove her in it like they did with Luke.
Well, it wasn't about wow.
Tauntaun's about
But if you
warm
notice,
shit.
like-
So don't listen.
Right before the fatal shot was fired, like she had her back to it, and you could kind of see that feeling of just peace, like all Jedi's get when they're trying to protect themselves. I mean, I
No,
believe it.
no.
It could happen.
Then she didn't just Superman herself. She
Yeah.
doesn't just suddenly have flying powers.
Leia's dead.
No, okay. Leia was not a Jedi, but she was strong with the Force. Her father is the same father as
I mean, to be
Luke.
fair, we are missing a lot of history on what she's been going through, but I still don't think she can fly through freaking outer space by
Think-
going like this.
Think about though. Okay, so like basically she's pulling the ship to her.
No.
But instead
No.
of because she's not grounded,
She
it's
should
instead pulling her to the ship. Plus, how did the Jedi do all those super duper fancy flips and stuff like that?
It's
They
different.
they use the Force and
It's
they can manipulate the
definitely
body and whatever.
Speaking of fancy footwork and
No.
Jedi moves,
Just no.
like,
I already object.
Calm down, calm down.
Let it finish.
speak.
Let it finish.
like the lightsaber, like Matrix shot when Luke and Kylo Ren, even though it wasn't really Luke, like.
What do you mean that wasn't Luke?
Did
You saw the movie.
No, she did go out to the bathroom for a minute.
Hey, that was towards the
True.
beginning, and I came in just back in time to see Leia get blown to smithereens.
And then come back.
I literally turned to Jedi and I was like, oh, I came back just in time.
Yeah, that's right. That
But the
is what it
silence
was.
when Leia was out in space was just like pin drop.
I was
like,
surprised that
everything.
everyone just.
All you heard was.
I'm not gonna lie, I went to Inception, and at the end of that movie, because it was the first night, it was like audible. Whole theater was like, no! I expected at least some kind of audible things when both Leia died and when Luke died. And when Luke died!
It might have been when, because it was such a sudden like, oh hey, here's Leia, oh explosion. She's like, that's a quick way to just.
I know,
Well,
but
it's
like,
just
there was
off in
nothing.
character,
They like
yeah.
gave enough time gap of nothing going on where no one made any noise of reaction.
Because
Well, it was-
we were holding our breath.
But
We were
like no
just
one in the whole theater.
I know. We
No,
were all holding our
it's,
breath.
it's probably, it could have been the same thing that was going through my mind during that, because I'd heard things where almost everyone was like, Leia survives to the end of the movie. And that point right there, when everyone's thinking, it could have been that same thing going through everyone's head.
Everybody
What?
lied to us.
Yeah, basically, I'm like,
Yeah.
I was lied to! I'm not ready for this!
With me, I was just kind of more in disbelief. Like, wait, really? That's it? Like, that's how she dies? No.
We were
No.
We were warned going in that it was going to be a heartthrober,
Yeah.
so I thought more people were going to die than died. They kept an exceptionally large amount of people alive for that to be a
Yeah.
heartthrober, and I still don't, like, I was also told that there's probably going to be, like, a shock moment of, like, a Vader, I'm your father moment, and, like, I guess you could say Snoke was,
Yes.
Honestly, do
That-
it too.
That.
did not see coming. That's not really a heartthrober.
No.
It was just like a, I guess we don't get to know who Snoke was, because he's
She's dead.
Yeah.
Like nobody cares now.
Okay!
I mean,
But you-
like, there were honestly a lot of moments where I was just genuinely surprised. I mean, my gosh, okay, Snoke dying. Just straight up, that's already a surprise. Leia, the way she was out in space, regardless of how she gets back to the ship, just regardless.
The survival.
Honestly,
Star Wars
Kylo
is
Ren
not
and
just
Rey working together, that was also a surprise to me a little bit. I was rooting for it.
because of the trailers.
I ship it.
I didn't
Right?
see it coming the way it did.
Mhm.
But I definitely expected some interaction from them. I did not see it be like a forced connection, and I didn't see it be as much. And I didn't think that Rey was an idiot enough to go to the freaking base because
I know, right?
I'm here. Let's party at my
I'm sorry.
ship.
Yeah, like in a coffin of all things. You know, that, right?
There's a trap.
Well, since I'm going to my death, I might as well prepare.
Well, I mean, General Akbar already did pass in the movie because of the
BYOC.
explosion.
BYOC, bring your own coffin.
He couldn't say it's a trap to Rey.
Oh, no, that's right. Akbar died.
He did. I actually was like, oh, when I heard he died.
Also, I'll say another thing is Finn. When I'm like,
At the end?
oh, he better not die.
Oh yeah, I was like,
no. I was
No,
honestly,
you're
regardless of how
allowed.
much punch her in the face, she should let him crash out and blow it up.
But
I mean, that would have ruined the whole end of the movie, but
I was really surprised when she did that though, because like it just I'm like, this is how he does. Oh, this
Okay.
is so heroic.
when that happened, I'm like, I know she's gonna say I love you. How is she gonna do it?
I know, right? I know, right? We're like, how is she gonna do it? Oh, that's cute.
Well, it was better than how Han Solo did it.
That is true.
I love you.
I know.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well,
though.
this time it was "I love you," drop dead. Like
she's not dead.
It's just
She's
like,
alive.
it's like protect those that you love.
Kiss.
Good luck in bringing me back to life, babe.
Yeah. It was fairly ambiguous. I'm like, wait,
Is she dead?
did she just die?
I'm
I'm
And
confused.
then when he
Same.
dragged her like half dead body in there, I'm like,
she's badly injured.
Ah, I need
Is
a
she-
medic.
Is she badly injured or is
Bad-
she dead?
badly dead.
and you're upset.
Badly dead.
badly dead.
Nearly dead.
Save her life now.
Only mostly dead.
Just like nearly headless Nick. He's not completely headless.
Nearly headless.
Yeah.
The thing about like that whole Rose thing with her cutting off Finn. So because of her love, she met him in Star Wars time like 5 hours ago. I'm just guesstimating.
I
She met him
actually
5 hours
closer to
ago.
like
Seven.
six
I mean,
or 7
seven.
hours. Yeah.
Right.
Granted, she was
intense stuff.
but-
though.
she was a fan of him because as soon as she saw him trying to escape, you're like
She did
put him
fangirl.
early.
She totally
Oh, yeah.
fangirled.
Oh, yeah.
But her defense was like saving someone you love or care like each other, people. But she'd rather let the entire rebellion die and risk them being all blown to smithereens just to save Finn.
I agree. Honestly, that was a really selfish move.
It was also the
Yeah.
whole fact of my sister already died, so I'm not letting people run away. But I'm gonna stop you from killing yourself to save all of us.
To save the two of us and all of them. Bye bye.
Her quote, I will say, it was a very inspirational quote of, it's not destroying those that we hate, but saving those that we love.
Yes, that is true.
Very
That's-
inspirational, but misplaced with that character, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Maybe we'll find out more with the next movie because I feel like she's got.
I don't think we're
Oh,
gonna
for
find out
her.
anything about them at the Han Solo movie.
For her, it was totally.
I'm not
good.
talking about that movie.
Episode 9.
Not the actual next movie. Not
In the timeline, the next movie.
Thank you.
Canon.
No, the young Han Solo.
Hey man,
It's
I'm
canon.
curious about this Han Solo movie. Anything Star Wars, I'm all on board. Let's go see it.
It's cool, but it's not gonna have Harrison Ford. So
I mean-
it's like it's solo, but not solo.
I was never a fan of Han Solo.
Well, it's not even that. It's not about
Premier.
being Han Solo. It's about Harrison Ford being Han Solo.
I'm
Like,
just like, yes, Star Wars, let's go.
I'll forgive you for not liking Han Solo.
Forgive me for whatever you want, but that's my opinion, and I'm going to stick to it, and I have since I was like 4.
is that really how you feel?
That's definitely how I feel.
I
I
also
also, I also wish Leia died.
I'm sorry.
What?
I also wish that Leia had died.
Oh,
Take that
you-
back.
I think
Well,
that would have
those are-
done two things for the movie.
Talking
I
about
feel like
controversial points.
Well, the way her character was in the movie at the end, I mean, I feel like there's probably more story in the next episode, don't get me wrong. But I feel like with the fact that Carrie Fisher's not with them to do it, unless they already have what they need for episode 9 and they're just not telling us. And, like, the little bit she's not as interactive in this movie, I feel like a lot of it was put in there because Carrie Fisher died.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they should have just, when she got pulled out, she should have got pulled out.
Gotta just
Because all of
cut that
her
life
parts,
string right
all of
there.
her parts from there is Leia's not in charge anymore. Okay, she's in a coma. Okay, Luke's trying to reach out to her. Luke didn't really have to try and reach out to her. That wasn't a
Maybe that's the
necessary
location.
scene. And then, like, when she barges through the door and basically does the same thing the other lady would have done to Poe.
True.
I mean, it was a little more dramatic when it's Leia. Boom. But
especially when she's still in the hospital outfit.
yeah,
right?
but like, at the same time, I feel like the other lady could have done it just as well, and it wasn't necessary to.
And I feel
Like,
like
it would have taken out that really crappy Superman scene.
I feel like we need to give her this other. Oh god, what's the other
the
lady's
blue
name?
hair chick, purple hair
Purple.
chick.
Purple.
We need to
Yeah.
give her a moment because you have to admit
She was that was
what she did was amazing in the fact that she planned it from the beginning and it was just to save everyone.
honestly when
That
she
hurt
started doing
definitely.
hyperspeed, I thought she was trying to tail them away.
That's what I thought
And then
for
they
a
commented
second.
on it, I'm like, okay, wait, so if they know that's what she's trying to do, that can't be what she's trying to do. What
Right.
what
And
is
then when
she
the
doing?
ship turned around, I was just like,
oh, she stayed there to die, so
Yeah, that's
if you're
true.
already planning on getting killed and you already know you're
you
the
take out,
sacrifice,
you take
Make
it
it
out.
count.
You have to. So she
I learned
she
from
was
Poe.
amazing.
I just
Right
thought-
in. No, I meant shoot the cannons, not crash your ship.
I just thought it was amazing seeing how they, not even more about the movie, but how the movie was edited. This is a quick, like, how when in hyperspace, it's just ripped through the ships, and how they slowly, not really slowly, but they all started ripping in half and
And
destroying
that
them, like,
silence.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
the
deafening
death
silence.
Oh yeah, that was great.
silence.
That
was perfect
Like, movie
because
oh my
effects
gosh.
and everything, I'm like,
it kind of
I
pretty
know.
much brought home for everyone what she just did.
It's like,
And that was really important.
And then just the punch of sound afterwards, like.
they
Yeah.
Bring us all
Oh my
back and be like, okay guys, we're not done yet. We got like another like half an hour worth of action.
Yeah. Very, very good
Yeah.
choice to do that, honestly.
Yes, good job.
It made you feel the gravity. of
Good
it.
job, director. That
I
I
just,
don't
I
remember.
just want to
her
say, like, despite the negative comments I've made, and I feel like I've made more negative comments than positive comments, I would say 10 out of 10, definitely would see it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
name. Okay guys, and I just have to say, I called it about Kylo Ren.
Here
You guys
we
are all
go.
like, oh, he's gonna go light, he's gonna go
Look,
gray. I'm like,
Paige.
no, dark side.
Paige, I didn't say he's gonna go away from the dark side. I said I want him and his wimpy butt off the dark side.
I don't know, I'm not talking about you. But come on, you gotta
Yeah.
give it to him. He kind of did
A lot
just
of people
like,
are like, yeah, he's gonna go good.
and I'm like, no, dark side.
I would say if anything, he would go gray side, not so far light and be like flipping their daisies and like in the prairies.
Oh, someone animate this, make this happen, please. I need
Please,
this in my life.
I want
Evil
that.
Kylo Ren now picks up daisies in the fields while he
Yeah,
rides
it'd
his
be like a
country.
really hardcore emo song in the background while he's doing
Oh my
this.
gosh. But no, but I agree. Honestly, I was kind of hoping that he and Rey would go to the gray side because again, Jedi needs to
So
fall,
I
everyone else
honestly-
needs to stop. It's
Because
like that nice little middle in between point.
because of the whole saying that it was gonna have heart-throbbing moments and stuff and like big reaction and stuff, I thought that maybe they both would. Not necessarily like he would go to the light side, but either they both go gray side
Mm-hmm.
and try and do their own thing,
Mm-hmm.
or she join the dark side. I thought when that scene came up, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe this will happen.
Yeah, I'll admit I kind of thought
Yeah,
the same thing.
I kind of did too because she is, she wants a family, and he did kind of like mention that beforehand,
Mhm.
trying to create a father
I
figure
don't-
with Han Solo and then Luke.
Right.
I don't feel like telling her parents were no one is the way to do that.
I don't think that's true. I don't
Even-
think that's
He was
accurate.
Regardless of whether or not it's true,
It's manipulating her emotions,
Yeah.
but
It
he
is.
just didn't do it the right way.
regardless of whether or not it's true, because I'm pretty sure all of us are assuming that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Honestly, I'm not either. I'm
I
kinda
think
with
because of and my only argument for that is because of the last scene of the movie, that little boy who's just he's a slave. That's all he is.
That's true.
And he's pretty much no
But
one.
The Force is so strong with her.
I think Rey is Ben Solo's sister.
Until I'm
also,
proven
there's a-
differently,
Look,
I'm sticking with my
There's
theory.
also enough theories out there on who Rey's parents could be to make her so strong with the Force to assume that other kids could have been left too.
No, and I agree with that.
By
I
some of
just,
those.
as with what we have, the information we have that's actually canon, I'm not going with the
Yeah.
crazy fan
Yeah.
theories.
Not all of them are crazy.
Anyway,
They're all crazy. I'm just going to stick with what we have right now. Either we just still don't know who her parents are,
regardless,
or they're
if
just no
he
one.
wanted her to join him, he should have, whether it's true or whether it's
He
lie,
should have lied, yeah.
whether he was lying or telling the truth, whatever, he should have been like, we have the same parents and they abandoned you and picked me over you. and then she probably would have been like, "Let's go, boy."
Or I'm Sith now. Congrats, Kylo Ren. You are now dead, and I am now
Yes,
Sith.
Yes.
I
I should have lied to her. I should have been like, "I knew Luke was my father."
Yeah.
I mean,
Not that I'm saying they are, 'cause I'm not sure where.
But it would have.
That
It
is
probably
a
would have
solid
swayed
theory, but-
more in his
Yeah, exactly.
favor. Is
He's
and
a
I
Sith,
understand
and
that.
he's gonna lie, so might as well start now.
here's
I
also
mean, he's
another.
just throwing people around like ragdolls now.
But here's also kind of another point of as far as like who her parents were, who like maybe how her and Kylo are maybe related, because the only other two people who we really see communicate using the
Yeah.
Force
Yeah.
are twins.
Luke and Leia.
Yeah.
Right, like so
That were separated.
Are really far different.
He was left
I
off with
called
his
it-
uncles abandoned,
Yeah.
and
She was left with
who was
royal
she
family.
even-
She was left with people in Alderaan.
Right, so they
Alderaan.
shared
That works.
So they
Right.
were both left with a separate family that would never communicate. Probably one on.
Mhm.
Well, no, it wasn't Anakin's side, was it? No, yeah, someone on Anakin's side
Luke was left
with
with
Anakin's side, right?
Anakin's
and Leia was left with Padme's side. So
Yes.
people who were never gonna really
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
So they're never gonna know. So maybe originally, if Rey was their child, I don't know what I think anymore.
The
at this
only
point.
question is
she was
will-
left with someone who either died or didn't take care of her.
It's like, but why did the only question with that is, and we've talked about before, is if that is the case, unless it has to do with Luke,
Mm-hmm.
that's understandable. Then why Luke left her. But if we're going with the Han Solo Leia family, why did they leave her
Maybe
there?
she's
Right,
Ren's. Maybe she's Kylo Ren's younger sister.
But
And when the stuff happened with Kylo Ren, they're like,
But still,
But that
why
still
why
doesn't
leave her there?
justify
Because then
it.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren could have gone to go find his little sister.
unless he never knew because he was gone at that point.
Either way, that's a really mean thing to do. Honestly, I just don't
And
think
it's
that
also
they'd be
when they
that.
did show the age of when that happened, because it looks like he's probably like 12 or something. I don't think they're far enough apart in age, so that kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, because
deteriorated
he's
that
supposed to
theory
be
a little.
technic. I think he's supposed to be 20 now, if we did the math right at work.
It would make sense that she's related to that family because of the whole. I felt Luke's gone.
Yeah, that
I felt
too,
it in
but
the
it also
Force.
could be
like
because she was
the family
so
connection
And
could
that
be
was-
that
yeah.
strong.
That could really just go either way. Honestly,
I guess there's still a lot of questions, which hopefully
Mhm.
the next movie will give us at least some answers. Maybe all of them.
honestly, I hope we don't get every answer ever.
Well, we're not getting the Snoke answer.
Who
True.
cares?
But it
It's
is
true.
still fun to theorize as well
So
as
much fun.
just maybe project or predict what you might think happened. Because honestly, it's a lot of fun to kind of figure it out and put the puzzle pieces together. So I honestly hope we don't get every single answer. Just a few question answered.
That relationship between what's the redhead guy's name?
Oh, General Hux.
Yes, that. How did I forget that?
You know, the
General
pasty
Hux.
guy.
Between him and Kylo Ren was hilarious.
That is my
He's
favorite.
like, it's like I'm trying to be the commander person, and he's just like,
And I'm just gonna
the
say,
being leader is dead. I'm in charge now.
I'm just gonna say, I totally
Who
ship
is
that
the
now.
supreme leader?
I ship that relationship.
He's like, shoot them. Yeah, shoot them. This is my order, not yours.
Kylo just looks at him just like,
Are you serious right now?
I just said that.
Yeah.
I'm leaning
He
forward
He
dramatically. I just
looked at
said
him like you're being a child.
right? And then he's like, yeah, bring me on the ship and blah blah blah, all the instructions.
No.
Right away, sir.
that was great.
What I'm thinking is now is how when they're all like they want to destroy the base and then Ren was like, no, stop, I'm gonna go down. Like, he's gonna go downstairs and then go see Luke, and then Luke's leaving the rebel base to go talk, and they're having their angry chat outside.
Their little powwow.
A little
And-
cup of tea.
And all this time he's distracted by this hologram, and I'm sure the entire like
What is he doing?
First Order is all pissed now because great, Ren had to go have his little spat with
Yeah, but at the
Luke.
same time, because of the role of a Sith Lord,
He's a supreme
they're
leader.
afraid of him.
He did kind
So
of
they're not going to
just.
question it.
He
They
didn't
might
just
question
throw
it
Hux
orders,
and
but-
probably knock him out for at least 5 hours against the side of his ship. Okay.
They just
Ragdoll
witnessed,
that.
they just witnessed Snoke level power from him. They're not like they might question it up here and like here.
They're just
but
gonna
they're not
wait.
gonna.
Do anything.
Ren, why did you do that?
Gee, I don't know. Why do you want to die so much right
Like,
now?
like, did you just see what I did to the last guy? He's still not
Don't
out.
choke on your aspirations.
Great. Oh my god.
Had to be done.
It did. Oh man.
Also, we finally got to see the Force used to turn on the button on the lightsaber.
Yes.
How many movies did that take?
Wait.
How many movies
8.
did that take?
Didn't
Eight.
it happen? I thought it happened in another movie before.
No.
No, 8.
It's never been done before.
And a lot of
Because
people have been
that
wondering
isn't
why,
strong.
honestly. Because, like, hey, if you can force pull something to you,
You can pull the lightsaber, why can't you turn on the button?
force push the button.
I guess technically in, I don't know whether it was Clones or Rebels, it's done. Mace Windu does it, I think, if I'm correct.
Wait, that's one of those animated ones.
Yes,
right?
it's animated, so I mean, I
Not
guess they're
canon.
So not one of the real ones?
Not all of them are canon.
Yeah,
None
and I
of
don't
them
know
are.
which one is the one that was canon, but I know someone told me that it happened. But since we don't know about those, first time in canon, and not in a book.
The first real time it happened.
Right.
In a movie.
In a movie.
Because the book
Those
was
are
A
the
legit main
apparently
movie.
Luke turns off people's lightsabers in the books like all the time.
That's hilarious.
All the
Oh my
time
gosh.
during training, like all the time.
That's like the
Oh,
equivalent
man.
of going
We need to do that.
Expelliarmus.
So go find the old Jedi Order books
Bro,
if they're in your library or
I
whatever.
want to see that. I want to see like, all right,
Is it?
Oh,
Is it
no.
Nope. Nope.
stop. You're not gonna stop. Now you're gonna stop.
Saber blocked.
Oh.
Luke goes into the classroom like the fairy godmother, like bippity boppity boo. All lightsabers.
But yeah, apparently he did do that in the books a lot, but those books are regretfully no longer canon.
So
And
Yeah.
also just the whole like teacher aspect of Luke. I really liked when Rey was just going at him and he's just like, "Bop, got you. Like you have more to learn." And that I don't know,
Or
I just liked
everyone's
that one.
favorite teacher moment.
Oh,
oh, I feel that was beautiful.
You feel it? Feel it now?
Smack.
Yes, I feel it. I've never felt so real before.
Smack. That was great.
Oh, you met with my heart.
No.
the dad look.
No.
Like I just like the second he said reach out and she reached her hand out, I was like expecting him
I
to
like-
just be like, really?
I liked how she hesitated before that. She's just like. He's just, you see his face like.
And she just looked so proud of herself too. You saw that, right?
Oh yeah.
I think he knew that she was gonna do that because
He had it.
he picked up the blade of glass.
He had it in his hand the whole time he
was.
was walking up there, which means I'm pretty certain he did the same thing with Yoda.
And
Probably we just never saw it, and Yoda probably did the same thing.
of
Or
Yoda.
he would do it to his other Padawans, and he just.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, yes, with the younglings, I could see them doing that. Probably even Kylo Ren.
I feel it, Master Luke.
Smack. What were you gonna say?
Speaking of our adorable little green Yoda, I'm so glad to see him back.
I know.
And it was the
Here for
actual
a moment.
puppet, not the CGI. I was so happy.
I thought it was hilarious how Luke's like, I'm gonna burn it down. He's like hesitating, and you're just like, really? Okay, here. He's like, what do you do, Yoda?
It's like
I'm gonna burn it down. Nope, I'm going to.
it just proves no matter how old you are, your master still has a lesson to teach you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember his exact words of what he said? I remember being like,
I was too
"Wow."
excited to see Yoda. Not gonna lie, and it was the puppet. I was too excited for
Maybe
that.
maybe we can find the quote if it.
Page
if it-
turners they were
Here.
not,
Here it
but
is.
for the
If
wisdom
not,
they
oh
were.
well.
Actually, that right there. He
That
got
was
part of
the
it.
quotes.
He got part of it. Say it
Page turners they were not, but wisdom they did help.
Yes, but it was a different.
It was
a
more
different
emotional,
moment.
yeah.
Same thing. But that was a good line. I gotta admit.
He was like, they're just old books.
Yeah.
And I'm secretly going,
That
"Mm,
basically, I
no."
feel like this says a lot though. It's like it's not what in the books that matter.
Yeah.
Like the Force,
Right.
like
The Force
and
is.
then when Luke said it to Rey about when the Jedi are gone, the Force isn't gone, the light's not gone. The
Mhm.
It's
Jedi
just-
don't create the Force.
Mhm.
The Force created the Jedi.
The Force is always there, and it will always be there. It's
It's
not.
its own thing.
And it's
Right.
not good. It's not good, nor is it evil. It's how the person wields it.
Just remember, as long as those midi-chlorians are there.
Oh gosh. Oh, let the midichlorians die.
It wasn't mentioned
please.
once. Just please
I know. I'm
let it go.
I liked how parsecs was mentioned though.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many more parsecs?
4.
I know. I still
4 more
know.
parsecs.
So
And we're all
at least they got it
They
right.
know its distance.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, at least they kind of tried to correct that.
I think that I
He did.
actually think the whole thing was supposed to be a joke with Han Solo.
Probably.
How fast he did it because it is a length of
Mhm.
length, not
Not
time.
It's a measurement, but not
Measurement,
of
yeah.
time, but of distance.
So unless the Millennium Falcon can actually bend space and
Unless he took a
Length.
shortcut.
he could have. I mean that I guess that's what the argument is.
Maybe that, what is it, the Kessel Run where you transport spices?
Yeah,
Maybe
it's a drug running.
Is it a certain amount of spices?
I don't remember the whole thing. It's on Wikipedia. You
Because
can
if
find
it's
it.
like an amount of spices, maybe he like shoved more than he should have in the ship.
totally think of doing that.
You know, it's
It's
on.
it was 11. It was 11 herbs and spices.
It was like,
KFC's recipe.
everyone else did it in 18, and I did it in 9.
Maybe it was just all of the season's greetings.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the puns. The puns are strong with
So
this
this will
one.
be our last review due to Kurumami Hammer's poor choice of jokes.
I'm sorry, I'll let myself out.
Bye.
No, you have to close it. We can't let you go
Oh, yeah,
yet.
I'll-
I'll need
stay.
you.
Besides, I
I mean,
like
we
sipping
don't
my soda.
need her. Well, okay, I got a lot of looks for that.
Did anybody else notice that somehow or another the books were saved on the
Yeah, did
Millennium
you see it?
Falcon when,
I saw that.
when Finn opened up the drawer?
I think
there
Ray
they
took
were.
him when she left.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Yoda
Where was
probably,
I?
Yoda probably knew that when he struck it down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because he's
That's
like,
so safe.
Ray already has everything that's in
It's in
those
those
books.
books.
Ray has the books.
Yeah, when Finn went to go get a blanket to cover Rose.
It was in that drawer.
That drawer.
okay.
That's, I saw it for a half a second.
I
I'm
did
like,
too. And
yes!
I was like, oh, and then
Yes!
Yes, because there's more copies of the ancient Jedi text.
Yeah, they
The original.
I was
the ones
distracted by
that
everything going on,
printed
okay?
by hand.
Don't lecture me on my logic when you were like, books.
I don't
Page
think
turner.
Fair point. Fair point. Fair point.
I thought they were scrolls at first. I'm like, what? Why does Finn opens up a drawer and there's a bunch of scrolls in there? I'm like, oh wait, those are the books.
So Yoda basically said, "You're an idiot.
Ray has the
them.
books. Why wouldn't she take them if you're not gonna help
So
her?
go ahead and
That's true.
just burn the old tree down."
Burn, baby, burn.
The whole like Kylo Ren slicing Luke in half moment.
And then the
I was
Pope.
like waiting
And
to
then
walk
like,
around
he
and
turns
go,
around and
"Oh."
he's like, I'm still here, and it's like,
So my first thought on that was, did Luke get that strong in the Force where he can phase through a
That was
red?
that was
Yeah.
my thought. Well,
And
first,
then he stabs him and you're like,
See, my first
what's going on?
No.
Worst
when he
image.
survived that barrage of bullets first, that's when I was first like,
Well, I was like, he could have ducked, he could have like force propelled them. I would have
Shield.
understood that.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
the saber going through him, that's a whole nother level.
that is.
seeing Leia survive out in space and kind of using
Yeah, but
that
that's
same
not canon in my mind.
terminology.
The space thing
It
didn't happen.
happened in the movie.
She's
No.
ignoring that
See,
part. It's okay.
In my mind, Leia wasn't on the bridge when it got blown up.
Mhm.
So let's just, all right, let's just like push that back where it was. We've already talked about this like 5 times.
Tuck it away.
Let's go
Well,
back to the
The
trying to
whole
bring
thing
the
about
lightsaber
like,
with the
being
Pope.
able to like shield yourself from any danger type thing.
That
I think
makes
that
sense.
would I didn't
So,
doubt that was actually
but
happening.
the difference in that versus when it's with Leia, you're shooting yourself from outer space, you're creating oxygen essentially. In the lightsaber situation, you're just like pushing lasers back.
Mhm.
That's different.
Except when it goes through,
Lasers
apparently.
are
Well,
light.
lightsaber is different. Like there's a difference between oh no, it's coming at me, stop it, and
Yeah.
it's going through me, but I'm not going to be affected.
Honestly, pretty much right at that moment when he was sliced through and I saw that he wasn't in 2 pieces, I'm like, and honestly, it did click. I'm like, that's right, because he went back to the rock. He is at least using the Force. I didn't know from where exactly.
My brain took a
But,
little bit
yeah.
longer to pick up. It took the poke. It took the poke for me to like figure that
I'm
out.
like, what's going on?
I was like, is he? I don't remember this.
my other thought at that point was, is he like cut in half and he's just like
I
trying
know.
to manage this
Just-
last moment?
I'm
to
like,
kill Kylo?
is he gonna like fall apart and I'm gonna cry? Are we really gonna see this?
Luke, hold yourself together.
Apparently he did.
I'm like-
At the very end when he dissipated into existence.
Unlike Darth Maul when he got chopped in half, he actually fell in half. No, but
Yeah, that's what I was
I'm still
expecting.
salty about
or,
that.
or Snow.
But-
He lived. It's okay. Darth Maul lived.
I haven't seen him yet, so he's dead until he
Do
comes
I need
back
to
in
hand you the
episode
book?
9.
The books aren't canon.
No, that one book is.
Oh, that book is
No,
canon?
but back,
Okay.
but back to
Because
Luke.
of Darth Maul.
Regardless of
But-
canon or not.
But back to Luke and him, when he got sliced in half, I'm like, okay, so he's not dead. Oh, maybe he just turned out Kylo's lightsaber. When I went through him, I was like, oh, turn off all 3 lightsaber bits and then turn
It's
that
all
on.
good.
Oh wait, this thing's defective. Why
Man,
did
that
it
would have
kill
been
me?
funny.
Rattle, rattle, rattle.
You already said Luke turned people's lightsabers off, it's like off, on. But that poke though, you saw that poke and you're like,
That's when I'm like, oh.
I feel like because they kind of off screened the right out as they were doing the cut.
They did so
So they
couldn't
gave you the
actually-
doubt
so-
of okay, what happened,
Well, then so you couldn't see
And
with
you-
like the break with the force.
and you also couldn't guesstimate how it was gonna happen.
Yeah,
right.
Afterwards, in between, they gave people who aren't as quick as Pro Mama Gamer a little bit of okay, so did the lightsaber go through him?
That very classic anime. Meet in the air, slice at each other, and then they both land on the other side.
and then there's
you
the
just wait.
standing, and it's like the slow.
Someone slumps over and dies, usually.
Sometimes.
Just not this time.
Now,
Good.
seeing that he evaporated
Into the
at the
force.
very end,
Into the
into the
force.
force.
He's part of the force now.
because everybody that we have seen evaporate
He'll
into
probably
the
be-
force would be a
He's a force spirit.
ghost.
He's a force spirit.
Could we see him in episode 9?
Yes.
Definitely believe so.
That is my prediction, yes.
If for some reason we don't, what is wrong with you writers? You have prime material.
J.J. Abrams, we
Visit,
trusted you.
Ray, I'm your father.
Oh my god, yes! Yes,
Oh,
he's so beautiful! And I cry because he's dead.
While we're on the request note, I request Darth Maul in episode 9. not with the spider legs like in the Star Wars like animated series, not with the like. Because there's one.
No,
version
no,
where he
in the actual book, his brother makes him just a pair of regular legs.
that version.
Plot
of it.
twist. Darth Maul was Snoke, and he just morphed after he got cut in
I mean,
half.
he did
and
get
then
cut in half.
Snoke is going to morph again back into
I
Darth
just want
Maul.
to say, he did get cut in half about where Darth Maul got cut in half.
Plot twist, he's 2 people!
Isn't he 4 people?
But also, Darth Maul would be like crazy old by now.
Well, so was
Snoke
Did you
was
see Snoke?
Very deformed.
Yeah, but we still don't really know who Snoke is.
I don't.
We never will.
I really don't think we ever will,
But
unless
Snoke is just Snoke.
Does it really matter? He's dead.
unless he's not. You know, we keep talking about him as he's dead. What if? Crazy fan. My only crazy fan
No.
theory. One. I get one. Just get one. He's not dead.
What
No.
if, well,
Then-
no. Okay, no, I have a theory that goes with that theory.
Okay.
What if that was a front face for Snoke, and Snoke is really someone else, and he was controlling that body?
That's
with
kind
the
of what.
Force?
That's what I kind of was going there.
Fine,
So, like,
I'll
how
give you
we-
that.
We've seen enough of the telepathy between it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you saw.
I don't know.
And
if
enough of the,
Snoke-
he can do it through a freaking hologram to smack somebody into the ground.
He was really strong, and then like, how did he not? I mean, as epic as that was, don't get me wrong, that was really cool. But how did he not see exactly who
was the
Kylo Ren
enemy.
was going to slay unless he planned for that to happen?
Unless, what if it was how Rey saw it, which was like,
True.
shapes, like it not specifics, but
True.
his great
Well,
this
If
enemy,
you
etc.
did notice, at the first part, he's just like, I noticed your resolve has changed. He's like, and then he's like, and you're gonna slice through and kill. But like, that was more of hypothesis sounding on his end.
Yeah.
Than when he said, I can tell your resolve has changed.
Yeah.
It had a different feel in the way he said it.
Mhm.
Almost to where, okay, so I can tell that you've figured out what you're gonna do, your mind's made up.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Now, because I know that, I'm assuming this is what's gonna happen.
So he just. So basically, we're going with, and I get this because I thought that as I'm watching it,
It's not
he's
so much-
gotten so much. Snoke has become so full of power because he's supreme
know-
leader. He's just like, you're not gonna kill me.
You know
Yeah.
how people like
Stupid
can
boy.
say they see like the
It
aurora
too.
around you?
Yeah, yeah.
And like
Brutus.
it's color, but they don't like see
Exactly what's.
what your thoughts are
Yeah.
and stuff.
Right.
They can just tell, okay, you're at peace. Okay, you're not at peace.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the Force is probably more like that because if you watched Rogue One, the guy the blind guy, what's his name? I don't know his name.
I love him.
He's like the Force
I'm
with
the
me.
Force, and the
That
Force
guy,
is with me.
Yeah.
Mr. Force.
It man.
He's
Yeah,
like
there you go.
I just call him Blind
it's
Jedi.
dark.
I
He's
keep
like
forgetting his
the
name.
Force is darker around disturbances and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
and that. But like he didn't see the motive. He's just like they're gonna kill somebody. He
Right.
can't tell what's going on.
Yeah.
But he's like, is he a killer?
General intentions. And
So like
whatnot.
that could be the same situation.
more
with
of a
Snoke.
she's-
So he's just like, okay, he's getting ready
He's
to
not-
kill somebody.
He's not
plans are coming
actively.
through.
He's not actively in Kylo's brain, so he can't see exactly what he's thinking.
He
but
just
he
knows
can
someone's
tell.
dying.
He can see someone's going to die, and the assumption would be the
It's
poor
gonna be
girl
Rey.
who's held by the Force.
Especially if he's like, someone's gonna die and you're gonna stay dark side. It's gonna be Rey.
it
Right.
logically would make sense, but
Mhm.
you know, Everyone has to remember the thing that's been set up since the beginning with the Sith. There's always a master and apprentice.
The
It's the rule
apprentice
of
usually
two.
kills the master.
There's always the rule of two, and one of them had to die.
I was gonna say, but also, Kylo wants to completely say, I'm
Eradicate.
gonna take that and throw it in the trash. So maybe the rule of two is no more.
True, and also,
I don't know. I feel like at this point he's gonna look for an apprentice if Rey.
well, he has
That's
all.
true.
He has. If we remember, it was just a thrown-off comment that Luke said, which goes with one of the fan theories that we saw.
No.
That he took some of basically the Knights of Ren are his buddies he took from the temple.
So one of them could be his apprentice.
I totally forgot about them.
I
It was
did
just
too.
Luke. It was just a thrown-out comment Luke said, but I just happened to heard that, and I remembered
slaughtered the other ones.
I remembered the fan theory. So his buddies are most likely the Knights of Ren, which we still haven't seen.
Yeah,
thought
I
the Knights
want
of
to.
Ren were the
There's
red
one
guys.
guy with like the big sword, Buster Sword thing. I want to see that guy.
man. Also, though, seriously, Snoke was crazy powerful. I was genuinely surprised when, like, through
The
the,
spin!
hologram.
The spin, man. The
all of
spin.
that.
That was
Man.
That's also part of why
Maybe
one of
he's-
the theories. Maybe it wasn't through the hologram.
Mm.
Maybe he's got someone working on his behalf, whether it's mind controlling him or just someone working on his
Yeah.
behalf, and he is
But the
actually
poor commander.
present.
Just that
Yeah.
poor commander. He was the brunt. He was the brunt of all the slapstick
But
comedy
you
jokes.
gotta-
Deserved it.
He
He
did.
deserved
But
it.
you gotta give it to that
Everyone else
actor.
thought it'd be
He's phenomenal.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, man, so much power with Snoke. Stay woke.
Wow, you're lit. No
Word.
wonder you put
Lit
shades on.
fam.
Word.
Yeah.
I can already sense in our comment bar, cringe.
All
I
of
just
us
The
say it right
cringe
now,
is strong
hashtag
with this one.
cringe.
So cringy.
Oh dear God.
Oh dear.
Well, do we have anything else?
It's phenomenal. Obviously, if you've sat through this, you should have seen it by now.
If
for
you
some-
didn't, you're an idiot for watching spoilers before the movie.
Yeah.
Go
True.
watch the movie.
No,
Why
thanks.
did you watch this?
But if you've seen the movie and now you're watching this, thanks for watching.
Yay!
You're awesome.
You now know the whole movie. Just about.
Well, there's still some really good points
We
that we
left-
honestly haven't really
We
touched
left
on.
out a lot of the
There-
comedy
There's
too.
A lot of the
so
comedy.
much in that movie that was
Oh,
beautiful.
the
Yeah.
comedy.
Oh, like BB-8, all his roles. The coins, though. Oh my god.
Coins!
The drunk guy, like, putting the coins in, he's like, what's going on?
You can tell he was angry
And
and
then,
he kept
like-
losing.
BB-8's rattling and jingling.
Yeah, it's
It's like
Similar
BB-8
like
is
the slot
payday.
machine.
Oh, what's his face? The code breaker?
Yeah.
D-
Not
DJ,
the
his
master
actor
code breaker,
backstabber?
but the...
The
Oh, yeah,
actor's
DJ.
name, the character's name is DJ. I don't think they ever said that,
No, I
but
think they did it at one point, I'm not sure.
Big ones.
But when he walks out and he's like, did you do this? And then another guy comes out and he's like,
It's like, instead of bills, he's just like throwing these coins at him.
He was making it hail.
it did show that
it
even
really
from the beginning,
changed things.
BB-8 BB-8 was a lot more versatile than I think a lot of us thought he
Yeah.
was, which
I
honestly
definitely gained more respect
it
for him in
makes
this movie.
sense why
Yeah.
he's Poe Dameron's droid.
Yeah.
Honestly, they
I-
kind of like belong together.
I definitely see why Poe loves him so much now. Don't get me wrong,
Well,
I did like him, but
like-
now like I love
Well,
him.
episode 7, I'm like, okay, sure, he's cool, I guess.
He's cute.
But he's a little bit stupid. I don't know, I feel like they just wanted to add another droid.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
that's
felt
what it
too.
felt like.
Episode 8 is like, okay, BB-8's got a personality and he is great.
He
I
is
love him.
sassy.
Like I
Right?
I
told
like America,
Jedi in the
whole-
theater. BB-8 more like BB great.
Yeah.
Oh!
Like R2 is the sassy bad mouth, and then
Mhm.
BB-8 is the sassy like
Nerd.
goofy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he did keep like creating like fingers to stop.
Did you?
This is the worst thing I'm gonna use my head.
I was gonna say, did you catch the eye roll though? Because
Yes,
like,
yeah.
He's like, really?
He's like, oh gosh, head. He used headbutt. It was super effective.
Well, it's like really, it's like as he's doing it, like Poe's like, really, Poe? I'm busy here.
Oh, just like how sweet that I can fire.
Yay!
My, a matter of fact, one of my favorite scenes about BB-8 was at the very beginning when he was like doing all his bleeps and everything, and then Poe Dameron was like, only good thoughts, and that was the equivalent of, this doesn't feel, something bad is gonna happen or whatever.
I got a bad feeling about
I got a
this.
bad feeling about this. Point of the whole entire movie, and it was like, Yeah.
Or when it's like, wait, naked Finn and leaking bag. I tie a chip, and there's Finn.
Slightly naked, wearing
A leaking bag.
That's great.
that was, yeah.
I do like in the beginning how when they showed us the beginning of each character, it's like where's Rey? Here's Rey. What about this? Here's this. What about that? Here's this.
Previously
I think
in
that-
Star Wars.
I think it's like you could tell that's what they were doing, but at the same time, it was done. I think it was done very well.
It was,
Yeah.
and I
You
have
could
to
tell
like.
that's what it was, but it was still.
I like how everyone's like, where are they showing up is really graceful, and then we get to Finn. And
He
Boom!
falls
Not-
off. He falls off
he
the
starts
table.
out awkward, like we expect him to.
He is really awkward, but we love him. I'm really glad
He
he didn't
has,
die.
if you notice, he's gotten smoother with the ladies this time too.
Just a bit.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to be smooth with someone who's been crushing fangirl on you.
That is
and
true.
Who doesn't actually interact with people
Everyone
ever.
saw his like whole body language change after she said the Finn, right? With the arm up here and like the chest kind of like, yes,
So
I am.
I'm
the
not
Finn.
100% convinced it's because she was asking him about who he was so much as a don't look in here and see my bag.
No, it was that, but it was also it was like a mix of both. But it was I'm hiding my bag.
People today.
Man,
That was great, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
you,
that was
great.
you could see, even though like his composure was kept, you could see him going like,
I'm gonna get How do I get out of
What's
this?
going on?
Oh, you were inspecting the escape pods
Yeah.
by loading inside of them.
Yeah,
But-
she's like,
It's a packed bag.
Well, no, and you can see her thinking, this is the third person who's done this
Fourth.
to me.
Fourth. She
My
done it 3
sister,
times.
my sister died, which I have to say, I was excited to hear my name in a movie, and she dies like 2 minutes later.
Let's just say she fell.
She
Paige is falling, even in Star Wars.
did. Thanks, Star Wars. Much love, guys.
One of the other things I thought was funny was, I guess DJ,
Yes,
our
his name is
code
DJ.
breaker.
Yes, our code
He
breaker.
took that thing from her, like she gave it up fast because you could tell she's determined to get this done.
Mhm.
Which I can see that resolved. Like a lot of times they make the character hesitant, which also makes sense. But like
Yeah.
they took the other angle and it still makes sense. And to you guys making movies out there, it still makes sense. But like he took it, and then
He
Finn's
used
all like,
it.
"Give it back, give it back, give it back." And he's like ignoring him, all tough guy.
yeah.
And then it's like, "Hey, it just conducts things."
It's like
He's
he
an
knew,
excellent conductor.
basically he knew he needed that like one thing
Exactly.
to make it work, and she had it. And he had no plan on keeping it, because I mean, if you saw
Like,
that
there's
ship,
no point. Like, what is the use for that really? It
well,
looks
if
like
you
this
saw
cheap
that
little
ship
charm.
as he's holding like the metal charm, he's like pulling out all the coins and stuffing them into his pockets from that guy's
it's
ship.
Like, it's also like
It's
what's
obvious
the-
he didn't
like,
need them.
He's either a real like he was a complete jerk face.
Yeah.
Well, I
in the
mean,
end, but it's like,
he did tell Finn that basically he told Finn it was gonna happen.
yeah, but he's like a jerk face for like specifically taking something he can tell is important because it's cheap and she's wearing it.
True.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. Wait, cheap as in like monetarily, or like
Yes.
that's a cheap move? Well, I was gonna say because if you looked at, it looked like it was half of the rebel symbol.
Either way, it looks like it's not an expensive item. It's not like, oh, you have a fancy ring on. Because a lot of times heirlooms or things people have from someone is expensive, and the only reason they hold on to it instead of selling it was because it's special.
Significant.
Yeah.
Significant.
This, she came from a poor background.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a charm with her sister.
Mhm.
It doesn't look like it's a very uncommon.
Yeah.
I mean, uncommon thing.
It would have been a really crappy move, honestly.
Yeah.
Not as cheap of a move though as using Leia's hologram.
That was.
That was a cheap. That was a cheap
That
shot.
worked.
It was a cheap shot, but it
Full
worked.
circle.
I'll get it.
Can we go through a list of everyone that we can remember that died?
Carrie Fisher.
No, not in real life.
Too soon.
Admiral Akbar.
General Akbar is dead,
Yes.
guys.
No.
Admiral or Admiral?
Snoke.
Snoke.
Luke.
Captain
this guy.
Plasma?
We
Captain Phasma. Yeah, she fell into
She
a fire.
That was a
Fireball.
pathetic death.
I was actually out.
Like, oh look, pathetic move keeping her alive. Oh, never mind, she fell.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I do have to say I was kind of upset with it. I feel like they should have done more with that character because
She was great, honestly.
Kind of. I mean,
She was kind of badass and she had a really, really sad,
Crumb dome.
like with Boba
Yeah.
Fett, they did the same thing with Boba Fett. Boba Fett.
really cool character.
Yeah.
You
Gets
get
eaten
barely
by
any
worms.
screen.
So,
barely any
so
screen
you're
time.
saying since Boba Fett's such a cool character and he died that way, maybe her dying that way wasn't that lame because Boba Fett also died that way.
It's still lame.
It's still
So
there.
it's a lame way of
So-
dying, but that's also she died the same way Boba Fett.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
forget the sentiment. I want her to be alive. Like,
I can appreciate her determination and like her
Yeah.
her zeal for what she does.
Oh, the armor though. I mean,
That is some pretty cool
Fancy.
armor.
Fancy.
that might have kept her alive though. Like I did notice.
It
that when
was
she
full. It was like laser proof.
Oh, when she was
laser
fighting,
proof.
when she was fighting Finn, you could see because during the interviews she had at the that Gwendolyn had during the Star Wars World Premiere, she even said during that
It was hard to move in.
the armor was hard to move in, even worse than when she was in Game of Thrones. And this armor was clunky and like really awkward, and she was like excited for like lunchtime.
Stormtrooper
So-
armor is always clunky.
Two
And then-
things. One, this is not Jedi Roxy, this is Sith Roxy.
Exactly.
Everything's
She's
just like, yes, dark side, yes, dark side.
I wish Ray would have gone to Sith.
Two,
Continue.
if they have the armor that bounces bullets off for her, why don't they have it on every stormtrooper?
Because
Too
Phasma's
expensive.
fabulous.
Too
One
expensive.
She's so
stormtrooper
Because all the stormtroopers are expendable, her with her knowledge is not.
I
They
don't
can
know.
just steal
They
more
could have worn up
children.
their
all
armor
of
a
this.
little bit. Oh my gosh.
They
Just in
did.
case nobody
They
heard
can just
me.
steal more
They
children.
can just steal more children and brainwash them.
Tis true.
They cannot They cannot get a general who's actually a very intelligent woman who regretfully had a horrible
Unless they
fire
kidnap
death.
someone like Ray.
I don't think she's dead though. Like as clunky as the armor was, that you could actually see it in the movie. You could see her when she's fighting
True,
Finn, like clunking
but-
around.
well, she
But you
could've
have
Like
to-
that hole in the
The hole
eye.
in
Yeah.
the hole in her mask.
The hole
Remember
that-
the hole in her mask.
Well,
Yeah.
she'll end up like
So she's gonna come back like Vader has his face all deteriorated.
I would say she'll come back like I forget his name.
Plot twist, she's Snoke.
Dun,
Dun,
The thing is Kylo Ren really going to would really save her and bring her back?
I don't
Is
think
the
he
argument we have here.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know, but that's none of my business.
We will. That's. I guess we will see what happens in the next movie if she shows up or not.
So overall, we loved it. It's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Despite all of our negative comments, 10 out of 10.
Not very many
It's-
right.
people died.
It's nitpicking, not so much as super negativity. Honestly,
We
again.
enjoyed it.
We really do enjoy it. We're just kind of fine nitpicking with it.
You know how you harass your friends when you love them.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're doing. Otherwise, any predictions for episode 9?
Things will happen.
Luke
Okay.
as
Ray
the
will be
Force
in it.
Ghost.
Luke is a Force ghost. Everyone bringing balance to the Force. Hooray! The end.
I kind of want to
What if
see
they don't?
Darth Vader.
No.
Leia actually dead.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Okay, real quick
No,
on
like-
that.
Unfortunately, we have no other way to kill her off but off screen.
We don't know how much they actually have filmed of her.
They might
if
have. They might
haven't-
have filmed something before that they're just lying to us about Disney.
There's
Like,
also the possibility of how many scenes do they have that they didn't use for episode 8 that they can use for
Maybe.
episode 9
True,
if they had her in
maybe.
front of a green
because
screen.
all it is the will. All that her will says
No
is you can't
CGI.
CGI her. If
And
they
then you
had
can't put
extra
her from a
stuff.
green screen on top of something and change the part that it was for.
Because
Right.
they did say that this movie was supposed to be 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yes, there's a
They-
lot that was cut out.
Yeah, that's
So
the
they
point.
could
cut out a lot
have
of
used
it.
a lot of Leia stuff in the next movie.
Now, really quick, so just to touch on that, they do have a couple different options. One is either kill her off screen, which I don't really like, but either way, kill her off screen. Somehow kill her on screen if they have footage and can manipulate it to work in that fashion. Or she's just such a background character, you basically never hear from her, and she's just sort of alluded to, but never really seen.
Honestly,
They
the way
focused
it,
more on Poe. It
Mhm.
was kind of it looks like it's
yeah, the way it
leaning
ended,
towards-
it very much leaned towards she's going to be a background character and they probably have enough footage.
And Poe's kind of like more in. Basically, it looks like
In
he's
charge.
more in charge.
Yeah, it
just
looks
kind
like
of,
they're. It looks like instead of like having an entire different character cast
Mm-hmm.
from 1 through 3 to 4 through 6,
they're just kind of
it's transition phase.
Mhm.
Maybe they'll have a 10 through 12
Or what they could do to
with
kill,
these characters.
to kill off if they don't have the correct footage to kill her off on camera. They could, like in Rogue One, how her face. Oh, that's CGI.
That's
now.
CGI.
Yeah.
Cannot.
Yeah,
That is
that's right.
against
And
her
yeah.
will, and
I
They-
forgot
they're
about
going
that
to
one.
they're going to respect her will because if not,
Well,
lost.
I know that,
But even
they,
still,
they
it's
did
just a
have-
respectful thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot that because
They
did
only
have an actress
they
in Rogue-
only CGI'd her for Rogue because they wanted it to lead completely
Into
up
it,
to
yeah.
that like moment right when she's captured,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a weird CGI. If
It
everyone
was weird.
remembers,
I
the
forgot
mouth.
that. I forgot
The
it was
mouth
CGI,
was
but yeah.
creepy. There's
Uh,
nothing there.
It's okay.
But they may also do like they did with Luke in episode 7, where it was just you got the voice, you heard the voice of Luke, not necessarily seen them.
You did actually see Luke at the end though.
Well,
The
up to
long
that point.
stare.
Up to that point.
Yeah, true. So either way, they have a few different options. Again, like, with Kylo Ren, he's full dark side now.
Yes.
Maybe. Kind of.
He's so dark side.
I don't know. I'm not convinced.
I'm not convinced.
I don't
either.
think he's full dark side, but he's definitely wanting
He's
to be
not
in
light
power.
side. He's not light side. Let's put it that way.
No.
I'm
Gray,
still
maybe.
hoping. I'm still hoping for Gray. Him and Rey will settle their differences, I guess, and come together, form the Gray.
So,
Something.
one thing-
I don't know.
like, because when they ended the other movie, when Han died, we weren't sure if he killed Han or if Han let himself die. Is that really answered?
No, it was not answered.
Because he also
Kylo
lied.
Ren,
Because we noticed he's like, he killed him. I'm like, okay, so he killed him, I guess.
he
But
kind
then
of
when-
avoided. He kind of avoided actually saying who
Yeah.
killed.
Well, when
Han
the,
Solo.
no, he said I killed him.
He says, I didn't hesitate.
Exactly.
But
We don't know why.
we
But-
saw him hesitate with Leia.
Well, the other thing is,
Mhm.
when Commander comes in after Snoke said, he's like, that girl Rey killed him. He has no problem lying.
No.
That is
not at
true.
all.
So he could have just been like, I didn't hesitate to kill him.
I think he
Yeah.
did kill him though, because in the movie, I forget which hand he used, but because the lightsaber was in Ren's hand, and then Han Solo has the lightsaber in him, and then he falls over with the momentum. Like, I think he had it. I think the lightsaber was in his right hand, and then Han fell over off of the right side of the platform they were on. With the momentum, he was using his right hand to stab him, and then on this side,
But
It
he
wasn't-
didn't
it
see
wasn't
enough to know
actually-
whether or not he pulled
It
his
wasn't
arm or
actually
anything.
a stab. It was more of
Hitting
turn
the
on the
button.
the lightsaber with
Yeah.
the button and shoot.
Shh, that's it.
Well, that's actually a lot sadder than I thought it would be. Sorry.
Oh.
I still think that Ren actually did kill him though. With like
I'm not
rewatching
sure.
the scene again, I think
He
did.
hesitated way too much with Leia.
Yes.
The only reason I don't think he hesitated with Luke is because he was so pissed at that point.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, Luke, literally, if you look at it, like,
His emotions
in
were
his
totally.
in his memories, and like, I don't blame him because that's how any of us
that
probably would
last,
interpret it.
your last
Luke tried
memory.
to kill him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your last
Yeah.
memory of Luke is your master has no faith in you and is trying to kill you
Yeah,
in
so
your sleep.
That's why he didn't
I'd be
hesitate
ticked
with
off
him.
too.
I don't think any apology in the world would fix that.
It's like, my parents, I don't need
Your
them.
uncle.
Luke tried to kill me.
But first of all, it's your master. Second of all, it's your uncle.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
family. That's two things, and that's kind of hard to forgive. So
Yeah.
now we actually know the story of what happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all knew there
I like
had to
how
be
it
more.
changed. Like, Luke's like, this is what happened. And then Ren's like, no, this is what
And
happened.
I'm like, there's a middle. There's a middle, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
and to
answer.
show you how it was from Ren's perspective, because like Luke looked evil, but like in Luke's thing, you could tell it's like he's second guessing.
He's, like,
"Ah,
sorrowful."
And then when we got the when we got the actual story, we're like, okay, I can see both sides of this, but I
Right.
mean that's just
That's just
Luke was
sad.
always a whiny wimp.
a bit.
he got
This was definitely the best Luke.
Yeah, I'll
Oh my
give it
gosh.
Yes.
So much
Yes.
sass, so much Mark Hamill just like shining through, and like again, like
And a little bit of Joker-esque.
a little, mostly just from the Mark Hamill.
It's just Mark Hamill.
That's it's great. Oh, you feel that smack? Ah, so good. But yeah, so hopefully Kylo will actually just man up and actually stay on the dark side and
Yes.
actually fully commit to it. Or,
do it.
Or
Do it.
the gray
Do it.
side. I like the gray side. I like this theory. Again, there's only so much they can do with Leia. Hopefully they will execute it correctly.
Yes.
Do
and
it well.
Please, J.J. Abrams.
Please.
Please.
Otherwise, great movie. Really
Mhm.
looking forward to the next ones. And this has been great. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to check out our Patreon and stuff, right?
I was gonna say all of our description stuff is down below with the links to our our Patreons, other playlists with other podcasts, and
Our new merch.
I was gonna say the new merch, which is pretty sweet, honestly.
Some merch.
I'm actually gonna order the gem shirt probably on payday because it's super cool.
It is nice.
I like it.
And there's also on our website we have some really cool artwork that's being displayed this month that you guys should check out too. The Enlightened Skull is probably my favorite piece.
Yeah. So devioussi.com if you want to check that out. By the way, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and leave us a like if you have any suggestions or just want to put in your own input. What did you think of Star Wars? Did you like it? Did you not? What's your opinion? Go ahead and
Do
leave
you
your
agree,
comments.
disagree with our theories?
Yeah.
What do you think of the Superman scene?
Do you think we're crazy?
Just leave
Who
your
shot
comments.
first?
Han.
Han.
Don't listen to the Lucas propaganda, guys. I've already said this.
So, just either way, leave the comments down below and subscribe if you haven't already if you want to see more cool content from us. But either way, we are gonna, I believe, end this with a trailer. Is that correct? What did it say?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, so stay tuned and we'll see you next time. Stay devious.
Bye.
Bye.
there was an idea
to bring together a group of remarkable people. To see if we could become something more. So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face. Who the hell are you guys?
Hey everyone, thank you guys so much for watching that review. If you liked it, go ahead and leave a like on this video. If you want to see more content, and hey, if you have any suggestions on what you want us to review in the future, go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you haven't subscribed already, feel free to do so by clicking up here. And if you haven't checked out our website, go ahead and do that right over here as well. If you want to see more of what we have to offer, you can click either here or here. So pretty good stuff all around. Go ahead and check us out. Stay devious.